what's going on, guys? It's Luke here. We had 3 trades today. We had 1 win on the main account today, and then I had some spare time, so I decided to go and try to hit a winning day on my Apex accounts, hit a break even, and then a winning trade. All the executions are in the Discord. There was the main winning trade, and then we had this break even, and then we had this winning trade. Sucks because this one was actually a much better trade than the actual main account, but it is what it is. 20% off Alpha Futures, code LukeX. Until Friday, I'm running the giveaway. So if you guys use code, just DM me proof on any social media and you'll be entered automatically to win a 50K zero. So, and then top one, best discount available also. So go check that out and let's get right into this. So coming into the day, overnight, we had this huge dump. We were trading below the daily bullish fair value gap. And on the 4 hour, we were just extremely bearish. We did have this bullish SMT here. So what I said in the Discord was, I want to use this 1 hour gap or these 15, these 30-minute gaps as a condition. So I said, we have a bullish SMT off the lows. I want to see this SMT rebalance into this 1 hour and then look for continuations lower. And I will only look for longs if we trade through this gap and we get continuations towards this drop here. That was it. So again, I wanted to see this SMT right here, rebalance price into the 1 hour, and then look for continuation shorts lower, which is exactly what we ended up getting. Okay, so market opens up. And we were already respecting that 1 hour gap. We come down and we get this initial wick to the upside, leaving this. This was at 929 actually. So we get this 929 wick, and then we get this huge manipulation to the downside. And we actually get a bullish SMT. NQ sweeps these lows. ES doesn't. We get this 1 minute inversion. I wanted to long this, but my trading view was lagging and I didn't even know it inversed. It looked like, I don't know what happened, but this candle was lagging. It was, I don't know, but I wanted to take this. I probably would have ran stops like somewhere around here, and then I would have targeted the midpoint of that gap. That would have been my trade, but unfortunately I missed it. It is what it is, but this was a solid trade. Again, just because we get that SMT, we get clear displacement, you have that wick you can go break even at. And yeah, that was a solid trade. From there, I'm saying, okay, maybe we get continuations higher. Otherwise, we're still respecting this hourly gap. We're respecting a 30-minute, a 15-minute. So if we do get something to the downside, I'm willing to take shorts. So what happens? First trade, okay? We get this 5-minute inversion to the downside right here. And I personally, I don't usually like 5-minute inversions, but I like the close on this candle. And what I can see is that ES has draws and liquidity lower. I think that we could come down, maybe run through this. And regardless, we get this strong 5-minute inversion. We were respecting off a higher time frame bearish fair value gap. And another thing is we were respecting OTE on the higher time frame. Like if we pull from here to here, we were respecting the 0.62 bearish range. We're overall in bearish order flow, respecting out of a bearish gap. We get a nice 5-minute inversion, strong close. I like the close of this candle. So my idea is I'm going to look for a quick in and out short. But I run my stop above the 5-minute inversion, not above the gap, just because at this point, I'm confident that we can at least get break even. But the other thing is, if I see price wick up like this, I know it's just going to be one of those where price breaks out and then breaks right back in and we're going to get stopped out anyway. So there's no point in me trying to go for this massive move. I'm going to keep my stop loss small and I'm literally just going to hit a quick 2-hour trade. So basically, I have this as my break-even point right here, and then I'm just looking for a 2-to-1. That was literally it. So it was 40 points, risking 20 points. That was it. And price ends up flushing in 2 candles, and we end up luckily getting out when we do. And then price ends up reversing. My exit was around 145. So the bottom was what? 141. So just out just in time. And yeah, solid trade. We got filled at 180. Yeah, I think it was 185. I got to double check. But yeah. So again, the idea on this trade, right? We are delivering from a higher time frame bearish fair value gap. We are respecting OTE. We get a 5-minute strong inversion, and we're just looking for a quick 2-to-1. And price, runs perfectly. We go break even at these lows, and that's it for that trade. So from there, I'm like, okay, I still think we can run lower, and the reason why is because let me put this replay tool back on right here. What do we see on ES? ES is also respecting a higher time frame bearish fair value gap, but it has all of this trendline liquidity. So I want to see ES flush through all of this, continue the bearish trend, and I know if ES is likely going to dump, it's probably going to pull NQ down with it, and I can at least probably get break even on this trade. So this was my first entry on the other accounts. At this point, I'm just looking for a winning day at this point. So I enter off this 5-minute change in the state. We get a slight close below. So I took this short right here. I had my stop above the 5-minute body in this case, and I went for a really quick break even. I think it was at this swing low right here. Yeah, this swing low right here, and then price came up and stopped me out break even right at my entry. And that was it for that first trade. So second trade, I get a really good chance to re-enter, and the idea is still valid. So this was my second entry. Let me just put this back. Okay. So we got that change in the state on the 5-minute. We're clearly bearish. Okay. We look on the lower time frame. We're respecting bearish. You can see we're just trending lower. We're trending lower. We're trending lower. We get a retrace into a 1-minute gap right here. We respect it, and we get this 1-minute inversion with a strong close. So okay, we get a strong close. We have a wick right here where I can go break even, but the whole idea here is looking at ES. ES is still leaving behind all this liquidity. So I want to see ES flush all this out in line with the bearish trend, and I want to see it potentially carry down. And if it carries down, I know NQ is probably going to get carried down with it. And I'm very confident after this close that I could at least get break even. And the reason I want to go break even so fast is because the idea here is to see price flush aggressively. It's not to be in like a long-term trade. I want to see price flush. And if it gets through this low and it reverses, I don't want to be in this trade. But if it dumps through, then I know there's a high probability that my trade is going to hit. So for stop loss, I just ran it above. I gave it some room on this trade, just in case we did want to get retraced again. But I gave it a little bit more room. I put it like a 35-point stop, and I was going for a 2-to-1, just targeting these lows right here, or just above these lows. And usually, like, I wanted to target all the way down to this wick, but sometimes our TPs will get edged and stuff, so I just put it right there. Gave me like a perfect 2-to-1, and that was literally it. And price ends up flushing through. There was a nice continuation here you could have taken as well. Price retraced into this 5-minute, and then you could have taken that 1-minute inversion right here. You could have hit a quick short to these lows down here, but that was literally it. First trade. Again, we are delivering. Let me pull this back up. We're delivering off a 1-hour bearish fair value gap. I want to see price continue off this gap and look for continuations lower if we get the opportunity. We take a 5-minute inversion short, stops above the 5-minute gap, and I literally just go for the 2-to-1 break even at these lows, and that was it, in and out on that trade. From there, we get that manipulation up. I still think we're going to go lower because ES has low resistance liquidity. This entry right here on the 10-15 candle, we get the 5-minute CISD. I go for a quick break even, and I get break even on this wick right here. But from there, I'm still confident in this trade. We get a retrace, 1-minute inversion right here after delivering from a 1-minute gap, while ES has low resistance sell side that we can target. Quick break even, and then I just target this body down here for a quick 2-to-1. So that's it for me, guys. We'll be back at it. I'll break down the market tonight in the Discord. So that's it for me. Join the Discord if you guys want to see that, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.